Alright, this is a match with blue-green Faeries. We will play first. This hand would be amazing if I had one green, so I guess we have to ship it. We can't really do anything here, so mulligan it is. This hand would be amazing if it had a green as well. Yeah, one reason that the deck has 5 swords in it is because you can get one down on the second turn with one of these guys and then equip it on the third turn, which is really powerful. But you can't really do that when you have no lands. That is a hindrance. So we're on 5. You know what? This hand is not great, but we cannot go to 4, so 5 it is. And then we're going to crack this Catacombs at the end of the turn. For obvious reasons. And correct. Alright, so obviously getting a breeding pool here. Not going to pay 2 life either. Alright, we're just going to play Mutavault here. We can play Island next turn, actually. Maybe attack with Mutavault if we don't want to play Mendelian Click for some reason, but I'm pretty sure we're just going to play Mendelian Click. There's no reason not to do that. And waiting for BK lunch here. Whenever you're ready, buddy. Got this Venser. He's a good dude. Alright. Actually wonder what my opponent's playing. Leading off on a basic island. Could be Merfolk, but you don't have an Aether Vial or a Curse Catcher. Could be Monoblue Tron, but you don't have a Tron piece or an Expedition map. Okay, Monoblue Tron it is. Look how white this is the whitest board I've ever seen. That thing is like pristine. A pristine white board. Unfortunately, Miss Vendilion Click is not the ideal fairy to have to champion with Miss Bind Click. We might just want to wait till Mutavault is a viable option. We're actually gonna Miss Bind. We're gonna Vendilion Click at the end of his turn. Doesn't look like he has very much action. Maybe Talisman's fine. We can always just bounce that during his turn if we want to, or our turn rather. Alright, so end of turn we're going to Vendilion Click. Ooh. I guess I probably should have done it in response to the Talisman. This is why we're bad at Magic. Alright. So you see, the lesson here is that if we bounced in response to the Talisman, he could not have countered it. And we would have a 3-power creature on board right now, at this very moment. But he didn't draw a card because it was not mana, it was not remand, and he did not get to scry. So, you know, that's a good thing, I guess. This looks like a Big Daddy from BioShock. Not sure why. Nope, no land and no play. Interesting. You got Squelch. Counter my thing. I don't see a reason to get a breeding pool when we have another island, another forest in hand. I think we're just going to get island here. And we're going to try to Shipper Savant here. Doubtful it will work. If he has 6 cards, he doesn't have any lands. So ideally, he has counter spells of some sort. So yeah, he's probably condescending for 1. How nice. Yeah, this deck's hard to beat when we won't be able to 5 this game too, don't forget, so not really that great of a start. The other thing is, like, we have actually really good starts against this deck where we can go like turn 1 Noble Hierarch, turn 2 Sword, turn 3 Equip, and the removal is basically just Oblivion Ring, or Oblivion Stone rather. So it's like if we can actually get that start against them, we should be in decent shape. Alright. Well, that's a thing we're going to play. I wish that couldn't be countered. That would be great. I got Thirst for Knowledge. Oh, I'm not going to let you. Actually, what if we do this? Scrib Ranger. I didn't even see this chat going on. Yo, big fan. Mutavault? What is this witchcraft? Vince or Scrib Ranger? Good lord. Oh, man. Alright, so we're going to do this, then we're going to activate this. Target this guy, untap, bounce this guy. And now we're going to Mana Leak. Whoop. Alright. Yeah, so now we get an extra guy out. And we still have a land. We can play a land next turn. Not that it really does anything, but having a creature on board to Mistbind click is pretty sweet, so. Solemn Simulacrum. That's a good dude. That actually helps him in all the ways he needs help right now. Well, that's a thing. Alright, we'll play the Forest. He obviously knows we have it. I'm pretty sure we can't attack with Mutavault here. There's some birds out there. You probably heard them. They were pretty loud. They need to get it together. Get their lives together. Get their bird lives together. Alright, so I'll attack with Scrib Ranger. I'm not going to attack with Mutavault. Blocks with Solemn Simulacrum, draws a card, gets rid of a land. Doesn't seem good for anybody. So we're in combat. I'm really afraid of counter spells here. He has 6 cards. So what we can do is we can activate Mutavault and block, and then Mistbind click maybe? But then any counter spell blows us out, like a Remand blows us out, a Mana Leak blows us out, and a Condescend. They all just do, they're really good against us right now. And with him having 6 cards in hand, it's kind of scary. I think we'll just take 2 here. Because him attacking with Solemn also leaves the potential open to attack with Mutavault. Alright, so we're actually going to try to misbind click here. See if he lets this resolve. He does not. He says, nay, I will condescend it. Sure. Is there a way to do that on top of creature? No. Okay, yeah, only got 1 mana. Actually, this guy's an instant, so we don't really have to play it now. So we'll just activate Mutavault. I do not feel like we have any sufficient amount of pressure here, but if we draw like a sword, it's actually real good against him because, well, you know, as long as it resolves anyway. But there comes a certain point where like your stuff is actually just too cheap for him. Like all his counter spells, like Remand, if I have to, I'll just pay 3 again. Mana Leak, I'll pay 3. Condescend, I can just pay X. And without him having Tron, it doesn't really matter. Oh boy, unless he just hardcasts Wormcoil Engine. You know, if he does that, then yeah, that's a thing. So here's hoping for a sword of something. Cryptic Command's actually pretty good. I think we just bounce draw here. Because if we can't risk him having a counterspell on his turn. So we're going to attack. Put him to 10. And I don't think we're going to win this one, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. So we're going to bounce that, replay it. So now at least we have an active Mutavault if we need it for some reason. He is long overdue for like an Expedition map or an Urza's Tower. Just waiting. Alright, so he's going to combat. Going to attack with this Solemn Simulacrum again, I imagine. I imagine he just plays Wormcoil again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, you got it. Ideally, we'll draw a sword this time. We did not. We drew a land. I'm pretty sure that's game. We'll draw 3 cards and see what we draw. I don't know if this misflying doesn't do much. Yep, we were pretty much dead. Alright. So we're gonna try to not mull to 5. Venser is pretty good. Remand is good. Mana Leak's not that great. I'm not sure if Remand is that great either. Creeping Corrosion, are you good? Don't know. Spellskite's not very good. Engineering Explosive's not very good. Crowsand Grip might be good. I think Glenelander Archmage is definitely good. Spreading Seas are definitely good. I even think Spell Snare might be better than Remand. But he's got a lot of big things, and we're going to actually try to... like, we have Shackles, which is insane against him. I think this is fine like this. Yeah, I like this like this. Like this, like this. And I will play first. Oh, this hand's real bad again. We have 8 1-drops and 5 swords in this deck. I don't think I can keep a hand with 2 4-drops and no other action. That's a good hand, though. This is perfect. This is a more conservative mulligan than I would have usually made, actually. Usually I would just keep the 2 double 4-drop hand, so maybe that's Melissa rubbing off on me. I will play... I'll pay 2 life here. And we'll Noble Hierarch. And the next turn we can actually go Shackles, which doesn't do much, so we might just hold off on Shackles and play Scrib Ranger or keep Remand up instead. Alright, so we're going to go with this one. And then we're just going to attack here. And we're always going to yield to that because we never need to, like, wait for it. Oh, that's the event I was just in. Nope, that's not it. So many windows. Actual ridiculous. I mean, I'm dealing with this client, and I actually think it's a lot better than that first time we tried it. I guess there was like a hiccup, there was like lag. Still shouldn't have happened, so I don't really excuse it, but the fact, like, it's just the windows. It's real hard to navigate through this thing. With infinite windows. Oh, a tower, eh? I will remand your thing. And if I don't have to remand it, then I'll just play Scrib Ranger. Yeah, that's getting remanded. 100%. Island. We could also go 1-2, Scrib Ranger, untap. Nope, can't do that. So I ran that thing. Oh, a Void Slime is real good. I'm a fan. So what we want to do is we can play 1-2. Definitely going to attack here again. We'll just play an island. I don't think we care about his Dimir Signet if he plays it again. But if he does tap 2, we're going to run out of Scrib Ranger. So that he can't counter it. Unless he has a Spell Snare. That's a good card, but I don't think this deck runs Spell Snare. That'd be real weird. Especially since he only saw like 1 2-drop in the deck. Alright. Man, infinite lands here. The deck only runs like 22 or 23 lands. It's real funny. Two, three, four. So we technically have 5 mana right now, so I think we might... Yeah, we're definitely going to hold Shackles. It doesn't really do much now, so... We'll play the slow game. Void Slime is real good as a hard counter, but also if we had Mystic Snake, that would be amazing. Repeal for 1. That's fine. Very strange. That was an interesting choice. We have 1, 2. We'll have 4 islands at the end of this turn. It does nothing. And I can only wonder if he's going to try to counter our Noble Hierarch. He can't actually. He can't repeal for... He can condescend for 4, but then we can just pay it. Which is a pretty sweet deal. For us. Meh, meh, meh. Alright, so... And we get to keep Void Slime up, so that's pretty nice. And he goes to 14. I thought I went to 14 last turn. How many times have I attacked with this thing? It feels like a million. I would like it if you played a Worm Coil Engine. I think I'm actually going to Void Slime that guy. But then he counters it back. It's not very good. Actually, he can just play it and we'll just take it. How's that sound? And if he has Remander Mana Leak, we can just actually play around that a lot. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, we're going to Control Z here, and we're going to use Noble Hierarch, because that's the whole point of the Scrib Ranger, is to get that extra mana. Mana Leak, eh? I will pay 3. 1, 2, 3. So what we're going to do is play Mutavault, return a Forest to untap this, and we're going to steal this Solemn Simulacrum. Alright, so once again, get in there with the old Scrib Ranger. Dealt 8 damage so far. Good work, little buddy. And he has no way to really sacrifice his creatures, so we can either hold up Shackles or use it on his turn. We can also, well, we actually probably just should have taken 2 and played a Breeding Pool. Because that way we can actually tap the Breeding Pool for a green, tap Noble Hierarch for a blue, untap Noble Hierarch, and like we could actually put back in Shackles. Alright. I will choose not to untap anything. Well, that's an interesting card. So you have to actually counter this. There's no way you let this resolve, or else you're just totally boned. You're going to Condescend for, like, infinite. Counter spell. Yeah, we're actually going to counter that. We're going to go green. Untap you, return you. Blue, blue. Void Slime your spell burst. Okay, I don't hate this as much now. It's actually kind of cute. I just wish the lighting would stop. Like, there's no reason for it to go dark. That's just actually disorienting. So he actually has 1 mana, so Void Slime's actually going to let this resolve. We play a Breeding Pool untapped. And Sword resolves. Play this. We will pay 2 life. We're actually going to put it on the Scrib Ranger because it has Pro Blue. What's going on? Okay, we're in Declare Attackers. I don't know what just happened there. I think I might have clicked on something incorrectly, but no matter. Excuse me. Alright. Now we get to untap all our lands. And pass the turn. He's at 7. He's got 2 cards in hand. We have a Shackles. Old Rusty Shackleford. Whatever that means. And now it might just be game. But I assume he would not let it be game. But he has one card in hand. So, let's see if it is game. Let's Spreading Seas your Urza's Power Plant. This is the, oh, Tectonic Edge, eh? Alright. So this is going to be 7 damage. Let's see if that does it. 1, 2, 3. Cough City. Alright, that's the end of that. Got him. Alright, I think the sideboard's actually fine. Spellskite doesn't do anything still. Crochet Grip could be real good against him, actually. Maybe we take out one Spellstutter Sprite for one Crochet Grip. I can't imagine Spellstutter Sprite's that great. We're very rarely going to have infinite sprites. But being able to kill, like... I probably don't want to, though. Being able to kill, like, Wormcoil Engine, even if it does give him 2 dudes, is better than having a 6/6 that gives lifelink. So a 3/3 with lifelink is much better to deal, easier to deal with, and we can also just bounce it. Or if he has, like, Oblivion Stone and he doesn't use it and he passes priority, we can Crochet Grip that, which is nice. But again, like, I think we want Faeries to be able to flash in at the end of turn and then actually just attack with them. That's the ideal plan here. So we're looking for a 1-mana creature, and this is actually perfect. It would be perfect if we had a sword, though. So we're going to keep it. And then we're going to pretend he doesn't know that we don't have a 2nd mana. Alright, that's fine. Do you see me? I reach over here and click the forest because I'm used to version 3 where the forest would be there, and now it's in the middle. Which is weird because your hand isn't centered. Your hand is on the left, but you're playing in the middle. So, it's just things to get used to. We're going to actually use this now. Because I want to try to hit a land. And he's going to remand it. He's going to condescend it, which is actually worse. So we're in real bad shape here. Did not expect him to have the old condescend. Maybe I should just run out Spellstutter Sprite, but that seems so bad when we only have 2 mana. I'm going to have 6 here, obviously. So he put both cards on top. That's interesting. Yep, now you just need the expedition map to get this power plant, and you are good to go. Alright. Well, still no land. Probably should have mulliganed this hand. This hand is probably not as perfect as I thought it was. Well, we've mulliganed every game so far. Mulliganed to 5 in game 1 and mulliganed to 6 in game 2. So I guess I was hoping that we would, figured drop 1 land with six spells in hand. Man, where's the old Squelch when you need it? Urza's Power Plant has entered the revealed card zone. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Here comes the old Wormcoil Engine. Oh, the old Steel Hellkite. And he has 1 floating, so he could literally just remand our remand. And he does. Pleasant. Yeah, there's actually no way we're coming back from this. He just had a really good start, and we had a really terrible start. It's probably my fault for mulliganing poorly. Yeah, that's not going to do it, surprisingly. Alright, we're just going to scoop here. And that's the end.